Hey guys, welcome to Work Our Way.
I'm Allie.
And I'm Patrick. So this is a podcast about our travel adventure through Australia and beyond in our van called Fatty, documenting our relationship, comedy, and content creation.
Wow, you nailed it.
Thank you. Yeah, they were all right off the rip.
Yeah, it's like you've done that before or something.
Not that well.
Yeah, this is the best one.
Yes.
All right, so where did we leave off?
We left off right where we left Cabargo and Blazeade and Team Rubicon, where we talked a little bit about our the drama associated with both those camps.
Yep, as well as some of the stories that we heard about the people who were affected in the Australian bushfires. So it's been a heavy 2 weeks, but we are now in Sydney.
Yeah, back to doing our normal bullshit.
Yeah, and it has been quite the transition. We have come from the trenches of Cabargo to the mud-infested mud.
Oh, the mud-infested what?
Oh my God. Sorry. Keep it going. I'm going to go turn my camera
Yeah, she
back
left
on.
off at mud-infested and then kind of dropped. That's where the cliffhanger was. I don't know what she's talking about, mud-infested. Oh, getting our van out of... Is that what you're talking about? Getting the van out? Yeah, we had to get towed out by a farmer with his big-ass tractor because we were up to our axles in mud at the Blazeade camp, which was pretty fun. I want to know... Okay, no, it doesn't look like we're chopping. Sorry, we're just getting our level set. We're in a brand new spot here, and we got to get our shit kind of together. And also... just as a heads up, I know we haven't had a video up on our YouTube channel, mostly because our internet's been pretty bad. We got some dedicated internet, and we've been able to catch up on uploading those videos on YouTube. So check out our YouTube channel if you get a chance, because this one will also be on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. I think we left off on episode 5, months ago, years ago.
Yeah.
And we finally have up to episode 10 on YouTube. So if you want to check it out, if you want to see us recording from our van, go give it a look.
Yeah, so you can find that on Work Our Way, our YouTube channel, or just go to our website where we got links to all our shit at workourway.com.
Yep, you nailed it.
Thank you.
Woo!
Oh, really crushing the plugs today.
Oh, man,
okay,
I know.
So we left off mud-infested trenches, I think you were saying.
The mud on the mud. That's how much mud there was. It had been raining like all 2 weeks that we were there, and so we had to leave Cabargo. So in order to leave, we had to ask for a farmer to take his big-ass tractor and pull Fatty out.
No problem for this guy.
From the flooded showgrounds.
Yeah.
So... if you want to see that video, we'll probably throw it back up on our Instagram sometime soon if you guys haven't checked out the stories. But it was a interesting time.
Yeah, we left Cabargo. I guess we didn't realize, or I didn't realize at least, how tired I was. Halfway through our drive to Sydney, we just pulled over at a spot called Hyman. I'm trying not to say Hyman Bay because that just doesn't sound right.
Heimlich.
No,
Bay.
not Heimlich Bay. Yeah. And I just pulled over and we had to take a nap. Did that camera go off again?
It did. Something's going on.
So bad news, guys. This one's just not going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, sorry. No, we just talked about how capable we are of uploading to YouTube now that we have internet. But yeah, You're going to miss out on this one. Sorry.
So we pulled over Hyman's Bay. You broke the seal. Oh. And I just laid on the beach and took a nap. And I slept. Yeah, we slept for I don't know, maybe an hour, just to catch a couple of Z's. We tried to check out. It was starting to rain a little bit, so we were kind of dodging the stormy weather. We checked out a place called Bermagui, which also was a weird name. They just don't know how to name shit over here in Australia.
Yeah.
Bermagui, and they have these cool blue pools, which are they're just pools that are.
Dug into the cliff.
Yeah, seawater fed, dug into the cliff. No lifeguards or anything like that. Not like, so they're just in jetties and they're concreted out and beautiful and rectangle.
Yeah, generally pools are rectangle.
Yep. So it's like a real pool. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to drive home. This is man-made, but it's also sea-fed. So it's a nice little...
Oh, man. Best of both worlds.
Oh, man. We are crushing this podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening.
It's slow start, but I promise it'll get better. So we're at Hamlin Bay, wherever you want to call it.
No, there was no L. It's hymen. It
Hymen.
is Hymen. Hymen or Hymen.
Okay.
Hey man. Hey man. You're hymen.
But I think maybe 20 minutes outside of Hyman Bay, there's another town called Huskisson.
Huskisson.
For the
Yeah.
Husky Boys.
Yeah, that triggered me.
And so we decided to spend a night there. And initially we tried to get into one of the campsites, but both of them closed early. So we were forced to incognito camp once again. So we found a parking lot kind of close to the beach, and we decided to post up there for the night. But it was interesting because for the first time, I think since we started our travels in Australia, we saw other camper vans in that same parking lot. There was a bus and 2 other vans, and it almost seemed like a trap. It seemed like the bus was just a decoy so that other people would camp there and then get ticketed the next morning.
Yeah, it's like when they were trying to bring puffins back to the Irish islands, they put a bunch of fake puffins out. And I feel like that's what they were doing with that van. They put a fake puffin van out.
To puffins, attract other
they knew campers. Yeah, they knew van life people are social creature, much like the puffin.
That's a wild analogy.
It is. Yeah. Something funny I read about the puffins was so they had all these fake puffins that they put on sticks. Just single sticks, and they would stick them there so that other puffins would come back to this area. And the puffins are such social creatures that they'd like go over to these fake puffins and didn't realize that they were fake, and saw them on one stick and thought they were standing on one leg. So now all the puffins of that island all stand on one leg to try to fit in with these fake puffins.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, backpackers are similar to pufferfish.
Not pufferfish. These are birds. You think what other fish have legs in your world, Al?
Sorry. I was daydreaming throughout that whole story.
She just wasn't listening. Hey guys, thanks again for listening to our podcast.
I can't even make it 10 minute through one of Pat's stories, so you guys are rock stars.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, yeah. So anyway, this place was interesting. This place where we incognito camped, because there were swarms of bats.
Swarms.
Everywhere. Pods of bats, flocks of bats. I don't know what you call them. Mobs.
A troop. A troop of bats.
They were everywhere. And they were just flying in circles doing what bats do.
Eating bugs.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, hanging upside down. They're huge. They are absolutely gigantic.
Yeah.
But like you get a good look at them, and like they aren't really that scary. They are pretty impressive looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's up with Batman? Why is he afraid of those things?
I know. They're not too scary.
No. They're pretty cute. Yeah, I don't know. What did bats ever do to him?
Yeah, I don't know.
He should
Nothing.
he should be afraid of people murdering his parents.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be afraid of if I were Batman. Murderers.
Yeah, murderer man.
Yeah, become murderer man.
It doesn't roll off the tongue quite as easily, but you know.
Yeah, over here fighting the Joker every week. You know who's not going to commit a crime again? The guy you just murdered.
Yeah. It's one-stop shop.
Yeah,
In the name.
yeah. The safest streets in the world are Gotham.
Yeah.
She's a murderer man.
Murdering the murderers.
Yeah, you steal a purse, you get murdered.
Oh my god. Yeah. What else happened? Oh, at one point in the middle of the night, I woke you up and we went to the beach because there was bioluminescence on that beach.
Yeah, the waves crashed and we just like light up.
Bright green.
Yeah. It was. I didn't think it was real. I thought it was like, hold on, no, this isn't bio. This is so vibrant that I just thought it was somebody like. I thought maybe it was catching a reflection off of something. We stood there for probably 10 minutes and watched. And finally, I was convinced.
Convinced that what?
You were right. Listen, she thought fish had legs. So.
I just wasn't listening.
I was just not paying attention to you.
Oh, but it was so cool. I mean, truly something from a dream. So if you guys are heading up from Melbourne to Sydney and you want a cool place to stop, check out Huskisson.
Yeah, if you don't mind being, if you didn't grow up as a size husky, I'm sure you'll like it more than I did. Everywhere I turned, it just said like Husky Boy ice cream, and I was like, oh.
That was my nickname in high school.
Yeah.
No, it was a good spot. Really good spot. And then we ended up driving another couple hours to Bondi Beach.
Yeah, and that place is like, finally we started to understand why people like Australia so much. Mm-hmm. Like, we've been traveling around, and it's been cool, but like, it hasn't been jaw-dropping for the most part. Like, some of the beaches out in Western Australia, those really caught me off guard with how beautiful they were and how like pristine and clean and all that. But you get to Bondi, and it's hip, it's cool. It's there's so much going on, and then you see the beaches, and there's like, the beaches are kind of packed, but you know, you can find a spot pretty easily. And the waves are like, the water is clean, the waves are huge, there's surfers everywhere. It's like you're like, oh shit, this is what people love about Australia. We finally found it 4 months into our trip.
Yeah, I mean, really, we've been in Western Australia, Southern Australia. That's not really where a lot of tourists go. So we showed up and we're like, oh my God, so many other tourists. There are Americans here, people from the UK, Europe. It's just everywhere. So it was really cool. Bondi Beach is like everything that I hate about LA combined with everything I love about the Amalfi Coast. Like,
what do you hate about LA?
Oh, I mean, it's just...
How many times? Hold on. How many times have you been to? Okay.
One time. One time.
And I'll tell you, those fucking people.
Yeah, they really leave an impression on you that you just never forget. Everything I hate about it. No, I mean, because it is a little. It's a trendy place, and not necessarily in a bad way, but it is. You have a lot more expensive food. You just have a lot more. I don't know, I guess cold people. You had a show in Bondi.
Yeah, Bondi Junction at the Bondi Comedy Club, which is just, it's a place, I don't know, okay. It was at a place called Spring Street Social. It wasn't an actual like dedicated comedy club, but they have comedy night one night a week there. Mm-hmm. They call it a comedy club, god damn it. And they will not be convinced otherwise. And we went in there and, I forget how much time I did. 7 minutes, maybe 10. Mm-hmm. I don't remember. It was maybe 15 to 20 people, none of which were Australian. No. All of them were from like Ireland and the UK and maybe a couple of Americans. They were just like young 20-somethings that were staying at a hostel.
Yes. Like
doing their Australian farm work or whatever. And they were just, I mean, I knew the type. I got on stage and like the whole front row is a bunch of dudes with their arms crossed trying to impress the pretty girls that are in the crowd.
Classic.
Yeah, and it's like they don't want to laugh. They're sitting there thinking, oh, this douchebag, I'm funnier than this douche. I can't believe this guy's on stage doing this. And I mean, they might be, but they're not on stage doing anything.
Well, I don't understand why you go to a comedy show without the intention of having a good time and laughing. Like, why even go?
Well, there's a subset of like comedy fans who just think that they're funnier than comedians.
Then why go and not have a good time? That's just so... It's weird to me.
I don't know. Well, it's a thing that everybody thinks they can do. Anyway, I did my set. My set was good.
Yeah.
I got a couple of laughs, but it was like pulling teeth. And you just see these fucking douchebags right in the front row, and you're just like, God damn it! I know exactly what you're doing and what you're thinking right now. And I couldn't figure out a way to get them on board. I got most of the crowd, whatever, the 15 people, except for these like 3 douchebags sitting right in front of me. And it finally dawned on me after I got off stage that if I'd have just roasted the one dude right in front of me, I probably would have got him. He was an Irish guy with a very long beard. And as soon as I got off stage, I had 2 jokes ready for him, and I was like, fuck.
That's the worst feeling.
Yeah, I could have called him Osama bin Lucky Charms. And then the Ayatollah Shillelagh, which oh my God, I've been kicking myself in my own ball sack for not ripping those on stage. Couldn't believe it. That would have got him. I think that would have broken him. I think his friends would have laughed at him, and that would have been that. And I think it would have been a different set from there on. Somebody did heckle me. I made a joke about. I made a joke about. I don't want to burn the joke. Whatever. About eating pussy just for the calories because I'm on a diet or something like that. And somebody heckled me and was like, "For the protein." And I was like, "What? The protein? Dude, I think you're doing it wrong. If you're eating pussy and getting a load of protein, I think you're sucking a penis."
And that got everybody.
Yeah, that was probably the best laugh I got, and then that was that, and then a couple other people went on stage. I didn't go up first. The first 3 people that went up, the poor host did everything he could. He was trying to pull it out of him. The first girl got up. She was great, but they didn't give her any laughs. Nobody got any laughs. Yeah. I got up. I squeaked a couple out. Then I think that we had a break, and then somebody else went up. He got maybe a couple, and then the headliner went up, and he did his best, and he got a couple on the way out, and then got off stage and was just like, Jesus, they are icy.
Yeah.
He said to me, he was like, man, I got a little bit of respect for you for how that went, because fuck, they didn't want to laugh at shit.
Yeah. No, so that was just an interesting show. It was in a beautiful venue. But yeah, the people, like I said, it was a little weird. No one wanted to laugh. It was a little cold.
Young 20-somethings, dudes in particular, will laugh at almost anything or nothing. It really just depends on if they think that they're funny and if they're trying to impress the pretty girls. There's like a social value in a dude just sitting there going, nah, he wasn't good. You know, like, nah, he sucks. Like, I could have done it. That guy, that sucked.
That's weird.
People think that's a personality type. It's just complaining about shit.
Man,
I like being an easy laugh. I'll laugh at almost anything.
No, it's just fun. I don't know. I guess I don't understand it, but yeah. So that's Bondi. All in all, really, really great beach town. Truly. Like that, I had such a the weather was pretty good every time that we were there. I mean, there was like one really bad storm that came through, and it made headlines here because there was a glass bottle lying out, and it was like a really bad thunderstorm. Like the winds were high, lightning was crazy, and someone died because that glass bottle like hit him in the face.
What was he doing outside?
I don't know. He didn't seek shelter at all. He was just hanging out.
Yeah, boy, oh boy. You don't want to be outside in that.
Yeah.
The wind is so fast it'll whip a glass bottle and kill you. Go indoors, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, the trees had fallen on top of cars. Like, it was a whole thing. We woke up and we're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What happened here? So aside from that, the weather pretty good. There's a beautiful path along Bondi Beach that you can run on that just takes you to all these other beaches. It's just a very beautiful area, and we had a really good time, except for maybe one day.
What day?
It was the day that I had to go and buy a new swimsuit.
Yeah, because we were going to go in the water. And, and that made Allie mad. I'm not... So, I was looking for a new swimsuit because, like 2 months ago, I brought a 2-piece, like a blue toothpiece swimsuit, and I was drying it on Fatty, and then we decided to just take Fatty out for a ride, and my swimsuit just blew away. That was back in Port Lincoln.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was the great white shark diving thing that we did.
Yeah, and I haven't had a 2-piece since. So I'm like, all right, now's my chance. I'm in Bondi Beach. I need a 2-piece. I need to go find one. And I went for an hour, store to store, trying to find one that was under $100. Like that's the thing. Like some of the prices here are insane. Like the food, okay. But if you want anything else, you're paying so much. And I'm like, why? So I finally find a swimsuit that's like $30. It looks like shit, whatever. I buy it. and I go to meet Pat out by the beach, and I'm like, I'm so excited to relax. I'm going to throw on some sunscreen. I'm going to get a tan. I'm going to just take photos and make everyone jealous. It's going to be great. And you're like, hey, let's go out in the water.
I said, let's go take a dip. You know that beautiful water that's right in front of us? Let's go in there where everybody's frolicking. I'm hot. I've been waiting on this hot beach for an hour. You said it would take 5 minutes.
I thought it would. I thought it'd take 5 minutes.
So I was waiting. I was just waiting, baking, knowing that if I went into the ocean, as soon as I go in, she's going to be on the beach looking for me, not find me, and then be mad. So I waited. I cooked in the sun. I sizzled. So she got there. I was like, let's go in. She was like, okay, yeah, let's go in the water.
So Bondi Beach isn't a normal beach in that it is known for its waves. Everyone goes to Bondi to surf, and the waves are huge.
They're big, but they're not huge.
They're pretty big.
We're not riding Mavericks here.
To me, they were pretty big. So when I heard take a dip, I was thinking, oh, just get in the water real quick, cool off, but like don't go out that far because there's huge waves and people are surfing on them. It's a whole thing. And we ended up, you made me go out to the waves.
I didn't make you do anything. You got real shitty with me. I'll tell you what. We got like knee deep into the water, and Allie's like, okay. And I was like, come on. We're just getting, if you're knee deep, you're getting hit by the white water that comes in, and it's just smacking you like in the waist. And I was like, okay, we got to get past this. Let's get to where the waves are, like at least past where they're breaking. And Allie just wanted no part of it.
No.
And I was like, no, you can't be this afraid of waves.
I am. I'm afraid of the ocean.
Oh my God, I'm watching her go under the white water and she's holding her nose. Ugh.
I'm not. The ocean is still such a new thing for me. Like,
what's it smell bad?
No, I just don't understand how the waves work. I'm not good at doing anything in the ocean. I suck at it.
Oh, well, you ain't gonna get better standing in knee deep water.
It's scary to me. It's a very scary moment, and I didn't handle myself the way that I should have.
Yeah, get ready for a full Bonner family roasting to come to Green Hill, Rhode Island with us and pull that shit.
I know. I'm so scared. But I'm so uncomfortable in the ocean. And everyone thinks, oh, you've done an Ironman, you swam 2.5 miles in Cozumel, but that was different, I think. And even then I wasn't good at it because I went so far off course I almost disqualified myself.
Yeah, but I mean, if you know how to just tread water, you're going to be fine in the ocean.
Yeah.
Especially if there's like lifeguards and all you have to do is you're watching a bunch of fat, soft, normal people handle the waves fine. That should have given you all the confidence you needed to be like, oh, I can just go a little under these waves and be fine. Or like just float above them once you get past them. She was uncomfortable the whole time.
Oh, man. Yeah. I do want a second chance. I want to go back in, face my fear, get better.
Well, you'll get a second chance.
So we'll see.
Yeah, that's
we'll keep you guys updated on how that goes.
Yeah.
But I was not having it. I was like a small 3-year-old child just yanking on Pat's arm. Just
no, you wouldn't even. I was just like, just hold
shore.
my hand. She's like, no.
Oh man, so that was Bondi. But if you are good at surfing or good at anything in the water, you should definitely give it a go. There's a lot of people.
Here's the deal. You better have a 6-pack to walk around this town or you're going to feel like a Huskerson. Yeah. You want body image issues? You could walk around shirtless at Bondi Beach.
Yeah, that's a requirement, I think.
Yeah.
If you have abs, you have to be wearing something that shows them off, no
There's
matter
just like
what.
a group of frat bros just sitting on a corner. They're just sitting there watching the girls go by, and they watch one girl go by, they go like, nice tits. They watch another girl go by, and they're like, nice tits. They watch me go by, and they're like, nice tits. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, all in all, not a bad place. So we spent a couple days in Bondi, and then we came to Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
And we're here in Sydney because we met two of the coolest people when we were doing our thing at Blaze Aid.
Yeah.
And they're phenomenal humans. They have an apartment here in Darling Point, and they've offered us a place to stay for a little while.
Yeah, and Darling Point. Ooh, there's a nice area.
Oh my God, Fatty looks so out of place, parked on the side of the road.
We're pulling into their street. We were like sitting at a light, and there was a Bugatti right in front of us.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Holy shit! Is that a Bugatti? Like, we're moving up." So I think that Bugatti was just sitting there thinking, "Oh, holy shit! Is that a Ford Econo van? We're moving."
Yeah. Like, I am so terrified that someone's going to just tow our vehicle, not because it's parked illegally.
Yeah, because it's driving down value.
Exactly. It doesn't match the white, black, and gray car aesthetic on the side of the road.
Yeah.
A 2021 or newer model of
we'll
whatever.
Have to paint a Mercedes emblem somewhere on it.
Oh, we gotta. Every day that I walk outside and I still see it parked out there, I'm like, oh man, we made it another day.
I know.
We're good.
This is the nicest neighborhood I haven't been technically trespassing in.
Right? I mean, Nicole Kidman's old house is right down the street.
Yeah.
We walk by it almost every day.
The view is breathtaking. It's just like, and how nice are these people? We met them at Blaze Aid, so that tells you something about
their character.
Yeah, their characters, that they went out to go brave the fucking brutal weather to help clean up after the bushfires.
Yeah.
And we met them, and they were like, "Oh, you're coming to Sydney? Stay at our place." And we're like, "Oh, okay." You know, like, if you're serious, we will.
We'll take you up on it.
And then we pull into their neighborhood, and it's the nicest place I've ever been to.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And the view here.
Unreal.
The backyard that they have, it overlooks the water. It overlooks everyone's yachts. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. Elton John got married at a church just down the street.
To a woman.
I know. Remember that? Everyone forgets about that.
I wasn't alive.
I think that marriage only lasted like 3 or 4 years.
Oh.
It was a little surprised everybody. But yeah, it was right down the
street. It's so weird.
Street.
You look back on it and you're like, people were surprised Elton John was gay.
Well, I think she knew he was bi when she married him.
Bi?
And that's what he was telling everybody at the time.
Was he?
And everyone was going up to her like, "Hey, are you concerned about this?" And she's like, "No." And then they divorced 3 to 4 years later.
Did she get a lot of money?
I have no idea. I don't know that much about her.
I think she deserves half his paycheck from that time frame.
Yeah.
Right?
I think she was his sound engineer, so I think she was already doing okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I watched that musical, Rocket Man, that came out.
Okay.
And it details like all these little moments.
How many Pufferfish were in it?
Pufferfish.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, you can Google it. If you guys want to Google it back at home.
Yeah.
All you listeners out there,
go
ahead.
Yeah,
Seriously.
call in. Tell us what we're missing.
Yeah.
Guys, the phone lines are open.
But I think that's right. I think it was a 3 or 4 year marriage. She was his sound engineer, and she knew he was bi. I think all of that is true.
But he's not bi.
He's not, but he told her he was.
He just likes slobbing knobs.
He's just,
Yeah, a knob goblin.
He gets his daily source of protein.
Yeah, that's how he's eating pussy.
Oh, Elton. What a guy. But yeah, so Darling Point, that's Darling Point in a nutshell.
Yeah, and shout out to, should we say their names?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tasha and Daryl.
Yes.
Fucking absolute heroes.
Honestly, the best humans. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We don't deserve this.
No, we do not. We're a couple of trash cans that you've generously given your spot to. That's like so nice.
It really is. Yeah, this is absolutely, it's incredible.
We grabbed drinks with Tasha right like at the first day that we were here, and we went to
a yacht club.
Well, it's like not just any yacht club. It's like the fucking yacht club.
Oh,
it's like where they launch for one of the big races, the yacht races here. And so people like come from near and far just to like, this is like, if you're into that sport, this is like a cornerstone of that sport.
Yeah.
So we went there and we're just having a drink at the old yacht club. Great view. We could see the
Opera House. And the
see,
Harbor Bridge.
Yeah. Which are, well, they're right next to each other. It'd be weird if you couldn't see one.
I guess. Yeah, you're right.
But it is worth noting. We could see
both those things.
Yeah, and we're just having a drink like it's nothing with our pinkies out.
Yep.
And we saw this other dude who happened to be from the U.S., youngish guy.
Yeah, from California.
Yeah, but moved to Australia like 10 years ago or whatever. And he was just like kind of giving us the like, oh yeah, this place is great. Yeah, no, we live right over here. We're going to go to trivia and you should come. And I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, no, I love trivia. Sometimes I'm occasionally good at it.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, great, yep, we'll save you a couple spots at our table. We'll see you there at whatever time. And it was at a place called Lord Dudley's.
Yeah, nice. I would have never remembered that.
No, that one just popped into my head.
Nice.
And it was cool. Like, this part of Sydney is, I don't know if all of Sydney's like this, but at least this area and maybe a mile or so circumference around this area, it's old colonial. It looks like Newport, Rhode Island with bigger hills, a little bit more crowded streets. It's gorgeous. Yeah, it's like kind of breathtaking. I went for a run and it's just like old stone buildings. You just picture riding a horse screaming about the British like through these streets. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go to this place, Lord Dudley's, and it looks like an old Boston tavern. And I was like, okay, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know what Australian trivia is like. And especially with these people from this very well-to-do area. These guys obviously have really good jobs. You know, they have pedigree educations. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
And they ain't good.
No, there was a map. One of the questions was a map of the U.S. and there was a little pinpoint on Yellowstone National Park. And they're like, what landmark is this? And everyone was like, oh, it's for sure Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
That's where the Appalachian Mountains are.
Well, but not even. They were just like, in what year was Shakespeare born? And they were just like, I'm like pretty sure it's late 1800s, early 1900s. And I was just like, what? No.
He must have recently died.
Yeah.
We've heard that name before. So I swear I read about that guy.
What was Shakespeare's first name? They're like, Johnson. 100% Johnson. And I was just like, guys.
They're like, where is coal exported from aside from the U.S.? And you were like, oh, maybe Australia because there's a ton of miners here. And they're like, no, why would you think that? Nope, nuh-uh.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to brag. We did okay, but 90% of the answers were answers I had to give.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And these are well-educated Australian elites.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't believe this. How do you guys have better jobs than me? Give me money.
Yeah, how does the world work?
Yeah, I don't
think we get it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
We're not doing it right. Oh man, but that was good fun. That was
yeah,
really
I think we came
time.
in tied for fourth or something.
I think fifth, yeah.
Oh,
but it's all good. I don't even one of the if you got like second place, you got a $50 gift card to Toys R Us.
No, I think he was joking.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's Australia. You never know.
Yeah, they're nuts.
It's 2001 here, so I have to
just remember. Yeah, they still have a Toys R Us. Guys, they still have Kmart's.
Everywhere.
Kmart doing well.
Yeah. Target, not so much.
Yeah, they're on the rise, Target.
Yeah.
But Kmart's, they're everywhere. They're like just getting on board with gay marriage. They got Kmart's. This is like 2007. They're so strange here.
What a wild place.
They still get weirded out when people talk about weed in public.
Yeah.
This is a weird. They're living 10 years ago right now.
Yeah. Oh,
we're in a time capsule.
What's happening? Oh boy. I'm trying to think what else happened.
Yeah. So, I mean, the last couple of days we've been trying to get back into working out. They got stairs everywhere. We did a nasty stair workout.
Oh, yep.
You want to see Allie get mad at me again?
Force me to go up and down steep stairs 10 times.
Yeah,
That'll do the trick.
Waves and stairs.
I don't like things that are steep, apparently.
Allie has a natural fear of steepness.
It's strange. Heights, no problem. But steepness, whoo, get me out of there. But yeah, no, it was crazy. I mean, this is a very hilly area, so even like some of the runs that you've done have been on like driveways that just go straight up.
Yeah, I'm not running up people's driveways.
Well,
I'm not actually trespassing. I'm running up roads and sidewalks. I'm not sprinting up people's driveways. Let me in!
Oh my gosh. God, there were a couple of funny moments that we had where we saw like children, like, well, we saw like one girl that was riding a bike really close to the stairs where we did the workout, and we're like, uh-oh, is she gonna go down? And we're like, well, if she does and we save her, then maybe her dad will give us a house.
Yeah, give us one of these beautiful mansions.
There was a little kid that at the yacht club.
Oh my God, I thought he was going in.
Yeah, he was kind of just dicking around on the side of the walkway right next to the water, and we didn't see that there was like a step on the other side. And I guess he stepped onto that step, but it looked like he just went into the water.
I was watching him like grab one of the poles and kind of hang off the side towards the water, and I was just like, oh shit, like if he slips, he's going in the drink. And I just started to get the things out of my pockets to like go in and potentially get this kid out and get a mansion as payment.
I know, we could have gotten a Lamborghini.
I know, I want him. Yeah, I know, a Bugatti.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
keep you guys posted on how that does. That's our only chance, I think, of.
Yeah, because kicking ass at trivia ain't gonna do it.
No, it's not. Oh my gosh, but yeah, good times here in Sydney.
Yeah,
you had another comedy show not too long ago, maybe 2 days ago.
Oh yeah. Oh, but also, yeah, that. But also, I wrote for a roast back in Fort Collins.
Yeah.
That went over pretty well. And though I wasn't there to do the jokes, Cody Cardinal, friend and comedian back in Fort Collins, did all my jokes for me. And so he did his jokes, and then had all of mine, and they fucking crushed.
Yeah, you slayed.
Yeah, and I do have a recording of it, and I guess we could probably. Should I pop it into this episode? Should I see if I can do that?
Yeah.
Or should we wait until there's a full video that's coming out of the roast? And it was a roast of Kyle Pogue, who's also a Fort Collins and Colorado comedian. He was very good, and it was his birthday, and he's one of the, I mean, I'd call him one of the godfathers, but really he's just so old. He's more of a grandfather of the Fort Collins comedy scene.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that would have been an okay roast if I'd fleshed that one out. Yeah.
Okay.
My roast jokes are better than that.
Godfather, more like grandfather,
yeah.
Am I right?
You old bitch. You suck. So anyway, keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll post that and market that because that's always fun. I love when people say mean things.
Yeah, or we'll throw it on the end of this. Screw it.
Yeah.
We got time.
Yeah, we got some time. All right. Well, what else do we got to talk about?
Honestly, that's most of that. We did get one question. We can either do that or we can roll into the
I should talk just
roast.
a little bit about... you talk about the gig the other night, or the open mic the other night.
Yeah, so it was right around the King Cross area, which, if you guys are familiar with Sydney, is in the southern part, right before the Harbor Bridge, I think.
Right before it. Well, I guess that depends on where you're coming from.
I guess it does, doesn't it? So if you're going north on an unknown street before the Harbor Bridge. Anyway, it's the King's Cross area, a very vibrant area. And I don't remember what the place was called. Do you?
Yeah, Stanley's on Stanley.
Stanley's on Stanley. Yeah, so Stanley Street is just a really cute little nook right outside of Oxford Street by King's Cross. And it was a beautiful venue. There was a lot of fake foliage on the wall. It was cool. It was the vibrant colors. You know, the walls were pink and turquoise, and then you had the green foliage. But all of the comedians, they had to perform on the edge of a bench, which I thought was interesting.
I feel like just the host did that when he started, and then a bunch of other comedians just did that after him. Like, because that seems so unnatural. The thing to do is just stand on the ground.
Right.
Not on a very small bench.
I think the first woman that went, she stood up there
She
too.
did it too, yeah. I think, but she was just being a puffin. I think the host got up there and was just like trying to get everybody's attention, so he stood on this thing, and then he got off of it and did the rest of his set from the ground.
Yeah.
And then her being a one-legged puffin just hopped up there and was just like, am I friend too? Am I comic too now? I'm a social bird.
Yeah, it's like 1 foot by 1 foot square that you just stand on, and you're looking down at people sitting right in front of you. So it's you got the double chin the whole time.
Yeah, yes, you are the Lord. Hear me, I am chief of tribe.
So that was interesting. But it was cool because after the show, which was only an hour, which I honestly enjoyed, afterward they had a podcast in like the back area, which was like this little outdoor space, and they were doing a podcast on dead comedians.
Yeah, it was called Dead Comic Society.
Yeah, so they watched a clip from a dead comedian, and then they talked about it for an hour. So that was cool. We stuck around for that. And that was, I had never experienced that before. I'd never been to a show with a podcast at the end. And I don't know, what do you think? Is that the future? Are we going to see more of that?
Live podcasting is definitely, I mean, that's something people do. That's something people do quite often.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, if that was your first live podcast event,
I need to get out more, huh?
Yeah. You don't know enough white people, because that's some white people shit right there.
Yeah.
The fucking stand-up comedy and live podcast. That's a cornerstone of the white culture.
Right on. Okay. Well, then we're going to see more of that, and I can't wait.
Yeah. So what do we got? Any questions?
We do have one question that we can do. So it is from actually my cousin, and she wants to know if there are any, like, what the Australian phrases are and what they translate into for Americans. So if there's any just phrases or...
We had a good one last week when if you listened to Disaster Drama, our last episode, where one of the guys called the other guy a tit.
Yeah.
Hey, but you made a bit of a tit of yourself, didn't ya?
And the guy's like, yeah, I did. Which...
Well, you all had a good snicker about. Yeah, we did. We laughed at you because you made a tit of yourself.
So that's one.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
One that a lot of people use that I can't stand is the Monday coming or the Tuesday coming, and that just means next Monday or Tuesday.
Okay. That one's pretty intuitive.
I guess, but if you say the third, okay, let's say it's what, Monday or Tuesday today? It's Tuesday today. If you say the Friday coming, it doesn't mean this Friday. It means next Friday. Isn't that weird?
Wait,
Wouldn't
so
that throw you out? Throw you off?
Throw me out of what?
Throw you out of here.
Doesn't that just make you want to throw yourself out of a window?
Yeah, that's just very confusing. I got a few things wrong with some of the volunteering that I did with Team Rubicon because they meant next week when I thought it was this week. But that's weird.
They
right?
say when something's easy, or they go like, yeah, no problem, kind of. Like that type of phrase. They go, yeah, easy as.
Easy as what?
Yeah, easy as what? Finish the sentence.
Did my brain just go on mute?
Yeah. Hold on.
I didn't hear that last part.
Yeah, easy as what? It's easy as. Ah.
Cool.
They just, and they do like, they call it, they name everything like you're a toddler.
Yeah.
We can go to Macca's and have some brekkie and some toasties.
On a biscuit.
On a biscuit. We were doing some Blaze Age shit, and we were setting up a generator, and they're like, yeah, is the Jenny plugged in? It's like a Jenny. It's like... That one's not even commonly known. You got to be looking at a generator to understand a Jenny.
Yeah. So, I mean, good on them, but also stop.
Yeah. I don't get how the Brits get mad at the Americans for like, oh, you're bastardizing English. Oh, you're taking our language and you're ruining it. Have you heard Australians talk? It is retarded.
Yeah, I feel bad because when I'm really getting into a conversation with an Australian, I still, to this day, even after 4 months of being here, can only understand maybe about 75% of what they say.
Yeah.
So I just have to fill in the other 25% with what I think they mean. And yeah, that's tough.
It is funny though. It's really fun to listen to.
Yeah. It's a sing-songy language.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what's going on in their brainaroos.
Brainaroo. Yeah,
Brainabee.
That's an old one.
I don't even know what episode that one's from.
I think that's episode 4.
Nice.
That was a Tiny Away episode.
Yeah.
So that was still Melby's.
Ooh.
That was back in Melby.
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
You got to give yourself a triple chin if you got to say a vowel in Australian.
Plans grow.
I can't do
yep,
it.
no.
Just trying to swallow my tongue every time I try.
All right. Do we have anything else to talk about? Whenever you say good times, it makes me realize, oh my God.
Let's end this.
Yeah, we have nothing else to say.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything else?
I do not.
Okay.
No.
What's our website?
www.workourway.com.
Yeah, just use the W's if you're a boomer.
https://www.
That stands for World Wide Web. .workourway.com.
Commercial.
Yeah. EA Sports.
It's in the game.
So workourway.com. Email any questions, concerns, whatever to
workourway.
Okay, I'll do it.
Take it from here.
Email questions, concerns to workourwaypodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Insta at workourway. Check out our YouTube page, our YouTube channel at workourway.
Yep. The last 3 episodes will not be on there, but
they won't. Not even with just
because we didn't even film them. Remember?
Yeah, but just with a picture. We should still have them on YouTube.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. We'll pick a fun photo and throw it up there with the audio.
Yeah, cool.
Before we go, we got a little special treat for you. I got a recording from the roast that I wrote for. So again, this is Cody Cardinal performing my roast jokes. And I guess you don't really have to know the people I'm roasting. I think they're kind of funny anyway. So sit back and enjoy some low audio quality comedy roast jokes about some people that you don't know. All right, see ya.
This is long as fuck. It's not for me. It's way harder than I would go. I'm sorry. The word pogue in the military means someone who can't handle a dangerous job, but brags about how cool he is anyway. In the real world, we call that a Justin going. He's an Air Force veteran, but my airbags have more deployments than him. He goes a while on Justin here. Justin Going, you fucking fire hydrant with low self-esteem. You can't decide whether I can't decide whether I want a dog to piss on you or for a fireman to open the top of you so Elon can go swimming. Justin posted the other day that people keep talking about how he looks like Amos from Expanse.
What the
I think he looks like Amos from The Famous, the cookie. You're still kind of fat. Justin, I've seen less roasted tree stumps in Australia bushfire aftermath. Okay. You're done now. David Rodriguez. This is my favorite. Bro, your nose is so big your teeth have an awning. You look like the young adventures of Nigel Thornberry. Your face looks like a foot. My man's got an Adam's ankle.
I'm bummed you left it out at Hobie's and I read it last night. I had
You're skinny, pale, and dark-haired. It's like Tim Burton directed a movie about John Mulaney. You're like Edward Regular Hands. You've got the hips of an art easel. You're so skinny and wiry that you remind me that I have to get a new toothbrush. Patrick did not fail to roast me, so I'll read my own roast joke. Cody Cardinal has lost more jobs many times. He's technically the only person of color on this roast. I bet you're reading this in a monotone voice, you dope. Did your mother drop you on some magnets, you stupid computer? You've got the stage presence and the excitement of a Holocaust memorial. There's another side of this piece of paper. Give it up for Dylan Williams for putting this event on. Your teeth, man. PETA actually classifies the most inhumane part of animal slaughter process as when you feed it through the wood chipper on the front of your face. Your teeth are so jagged and unevenly spaced that when you chug a drink, it's designated as a Class 4 Rapids. Okay. Ryan Knoll is here, taking time out of his busy schedule editing manifestos. You look like the school shooter without the ambition. You have the cold, dead eyes of a serial killer, but without the charisma. Dan Jones looks like James Corden from Cats all the time. Bridget Callahan, your back looks like Paul Ramirez's front. He wrote LOL after that one. Pat Matt McCall, your name says you're Irish, but those ears say you're retarded. You don't need 23andMe. You've already got 23andOne.
Why did it take Patrick to leave to start being funny?
Evan Bandy is here.
She's so nice.
He's in Australia. He's safe.
Evan, we love you.
She shaved her head, showing that you can be bold and confident without hair. Chris Marinos and Jeff Albright, I hope you're taking notes. Corey David. You look like a video game avatar. Square body, box head, one facial expression. Like you were made with a Nintendo 64 graphics. It's like you're a three-dimensional person. Kind of. Nate Brown. You have the body of Piglet and the charisma of Eeyore. Chloe Hunter. Chloe Hunter has been out for 48 hours and she's already the prettiest girl in Fort Collins County. You're only the second gender fluid comedian I've met. The first was that young boy Can's son. One more, Kyle Pogue. Kyle Pogue is here, taking time out of his busy day chasing Sonic the Hedgehog. People say his mustache makes him look like a pedophile. I think it makes him look like a Civil War officer and a pedophile. You're like General Custer the Molester. You look like a Red Dead Redemption character, which is a video game you're too old to play. On a system you're too poor to afford.
Oh, fuck this guy.
They say you're supposed to dress for the job that you want, which explains why you're unemployed. That's it.